minute out and start all over again. So welcome, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I am so happy that you are joining me tonight. It is Thursday, August 31st, 2023. And I cannot believe it's the last day of August. I had a little snafu there. Thank you so much for the comments. It sounds like everything is going well and we are good. And I'm just going to edit my little, my little boo-boo out. Oh my gosh, live sometimes is so interesting, isn't it? Hopefully we won't have the same thing that we had a couple weeks ago where the screen froze and you could still hear me. My phone is totally charged up and I'm ready to stamp with you tonight. And we're going to use some new stuff. I'm just going to give you a quick little peek. I was really debating, do we use new stuff? Do we don't use new stuff? Because you can't order anything from the new catalog until next week on Wednesday, September 6th. But I ultimately decided that I would pull inspiration from the annual catalog and show you some sneak peeks. So today I'm going to use the Joy to You, the Merry and Bright bundle, and some of this new Merry and Bright designer paper. But like I said, this doesn't start for a few more days. So if you're making out your wish list, just know you got to hold it for a couple more days. But I have to give you a reminder because I almost forgot that today is the last day to redeem your bonus day coupons. So in July, we earned $5 coupons when we ordered 50 or more from Stampin' Up. And so right now in August, it's time to redeem those coupons. And today, right now, tonight, is the very last chance that you have to redeem your bonus day coupons. So if you have some and you didn't order yet, you didn't use them yet, then be sure to place an order so that you can take advantage of those bonus coupons and get some free stuff. You can use all your coupons on one order. So that is on. I set an alarm on my phone. I had to make sure that I wouldn't forget. So I set an alarm on my phone for after the live so I can get on and place my order. And one of the things I'm going to order and take a look at is the kits collection. Today is also the last day to get 30% off. Up to 30% off on the kits. So make sure to check that out. So last day for bonus days, last day for kit collection, and I don't know. I just wanted to use new stuff. So we're gonna do some new stuff. And I have to tell you, if you didn't see it already, then you should check out the video that I posted the other day because I shared over 40 card ideas using brand new things from the mini catalog. It was just kind of like totally random. It wasn't a regular video. I just jumped on and did a Facebook Live because I was talking about my product share. And right after I did the video on Facebook and I shared all the cards, I found out that Stampin' Up! Is releasing some new designer paper on September 6th that's not in the mini catalog. This is a special release of designer paper with one specialty adhesive backed paper and 4 designer papers that are gorgeous. 2 for Christmas, 1 all occasion with flowers that coordinates with translucent florals, and this amazing foil tartan. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. So I decided to do a special add-on for the product share. And so if you sign up for the product share, you can add on the special release designer paper if you want. Now, if you already had signed up for the product share, I sent out an email that went out first thing this morning with the link to pay for your product share and with details about adding this on. So if you didn't see that email, then make sure to take a look for it. I think I sent it at 7:15 a.m. Central Time with the subject line something about a product share update. So make sure to check that out. If you haven't heard from me, reach out. And it's not too late to sign up. So if you want to, you can sign up for the mini catalog product share that includes all the papers from the mini catalog. Plus you have the option of adding on the special release paper. Now, if you don't want the special release paper, that's okay. You don't have to get it. It's a separate thing. You can get one or you can get them both. It's up to you. So definitely check that out. tinyurl.com/SD2023 product share. These papers will all be available in the online exclusives starting Wednesday, September 6th. There's no demonstrator pre-order, so everyone will be able to order starting September 6th, and they are limited edition while supplies last. Okay, so there's no guarantee how long they're going to last. They might sell out in a week. They might sell out in 5 months. We don't know. So if you really love some of those, make sure you jump on and you get them when you place your order for the mini catalog, which starts on the 6th as well. So all of it starts on the same day. And today we're just gonna do a little sneak peek. All right, I wanted to share with you a couple projects, and one of them I've been wanting to show you is this one from Sandy Carlson. So I got this as a swap card. One of my favorite things about being a demonstrator is swapping card ideas with other demonstrators, and right now we're getting ready to do that, and we're doing lots of swapping with the new mini catalog. But I pulled out my box of cards from the annual catalog, and I have been wanting to make this one. So this has a fun little flap that you can put a little gift card under. And so I wanted to case this, and I thought, what is a perfect occasion to give gift cards? And Christmas is just that occasion. So I've pre-cut some pieces. We're going to step through creating this project, but for Christmas with the new Merry and Bright suite. So I've pre-cut some pieces. Like I said, we're just going to walk through this together. I don't quite have my design all figured out, so we're going to wing it, and it's going to be fabulous. I really think so. All right. I was really trying to figure out which stamps to use on the front. If I should use the lights on the front, or if I should use one of these sentiments on the front. And I'm kind of torn. So how about you guys take a quick vote before I get to the measurements. If you think the imagery on the front should be from Joy to You, then you can say Joy. And if you feel like we should use some of the lights and sentiments from Merry and Bright, then comment Merry. So Joy or Merry, let me know which of these two you think we should use for the front of the card. We also have a spot to put a sentiment on the inside, so we could use this one on the front and that one on the inside, but you guys leave a comment and let me know. And I'm going to start going through the measurements, and then we'll figure out which one wins. I should figure out if I could do like a poll. I need to figure out better things on my on my phone. I have a very simple setup for filming and sharing with you. I just literally do it from my phone in a camera stand, and so sometimes I know there's fancy things that we can do, but I'm just simple. That's how I work. So Joy or Merry, leave a comment. Let me know. Meanwhile, let's dig into these measurements. Now, I just took Sandy's card and I kind of dissected it to come up with the measurements to share with you. We're starting from the bottom up. We've got a card base that is just a quarter sheet of cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's like just a half a card front. Oh no. I'm looking at my adhesive and I think it's out. Almost out. Let's have one on standby. You know what? I'm just going to get a new one out. I need to order some refills. That's what I'm going to order with my bonus day coupons. Tonight, I'm going to order some refills for my Stampin' Seal. All right, new dispenser. Ooh, so clean. And I always forget that it comes with a cap because mine falls off and and falls on the floor somewhere. But they do come with a cap like this, and they are refillable, so you can take them apart. And this part is what gets refilled, and so you want to keep the outside, which is the dispenser. So I'm going to get myself some refills to go with my Stampin' Seal, and I'll just toss that over there for now. Okay, so designer paper, 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'll have these measurements for you in the video description when we're all done so that you can refer to them later. All right, I chose this tree paper, which has granny apple green, lemon lime twist, and shaded spruce, which is the darker green. Now, our next piece coming up is this designer paper, which is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And this is from the same paper pack that Merry and Bright, what is it called? I better just look it up and make sure I get it right. The bundle is called Merry and Bright. The designer paper is called Merry, Bold, and Bright. That's not confusing, is it? Okay, I made a little hole in my designer paper. Say what? That's right. If you have the old word window punch or the classic label punch, then you can use those to create your little window here. But I decided to use the cracker and treat box dies, which includes several different shapes of little narrow windows. I miss those punches, and this is the next best thing. So I've created my little window using one of those dies, and this piece is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So I'm just gonna not put this on yet. We're going to put it on later after we get everything else attached, I think. I've made a card similar to this, but it's been a little while, so we'll see. Hopefully everything will come together as planned. This one is 2 3/4 inches by 4 inches. Solid cardstock here, shaded spruce. And then the piece that we're going to layer on top to stamp on is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4 inches. And it looks like from your comments that you guys prefer to use the Merry and Bright stamp set. So we're going to come up with a fun design to go on the front, maybe with some bright lights. And then for the inside, which is going to go on the flip side here, this piece is 2 inches by 3 3/4. And maybe we will use that Joy to You stamp set. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas is going to fit really nicely. So that's going to go on the opposite side there. And finally, we have the main piece for our mechanics, and this is the pole piece. This is 1 3/4 inches by 6 inches, and it is scored at 2 inches and 2 1/2 inches. Okay, so this is going to be the inside, I guess, and then it has these 2 score lines here in the middle. And so when you pull it, it's going to move that. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it will make more sense as we get going. Okay, so let's start with our stamping, I think, and then we'll work on putting everything together. So we are going to move these pieces to the side. We're going to bring in some grid paper to stamp on, and for this one, I do think we're going to go with that wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I like easy stamps, and you guys are going to make me work for the front though, aren't you? Wishing you a very Merry Christmas for the inside, and on the front, I think maybe we want something like a little holly jolly. I think that's good. And then I think we need to do a couple lights, don't you think? Let's do like a little string here. A little string with some lights. I'm making this up as I go, so I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know how well this is gonna fit, but we're going to find out. I've got a light here. Oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. Should we do light green? This card is all right now light green and dark green. And I did already put the words on there. So we want to keep something that is going to be easy to see. I'm a little bit worried about the... Oh, that's kind of fun. What do you think about that? Holly jolly. Is it too hard to read the jolly? I was debating on whether or not we needed to add like 2 lights, but I think the problem is that if we do 2 lights, then it's not an odd number, right? It's an even number. And so like this card, we've got 3 lights, and I don't know, I think 1 is like the perfect angle, and I'm worried that 2 might be too much. I'm going to keep it at 1, and I'm kind of digging, since we already have this sort of monochromatic card, I think it really goes. We could try red. I know you guys are like, you're going to bug me until I try the red. How about this? See, I don't think I'm going to like the red, because I always like to add another something else that's red, and there's nothing else that's red on here because I already have everything cut in the designer paper and everything. So I'm just gonna leave it. We're gonna do green, but you know, I always say this, when you make yours at home, you can do whatever color you want. We're definitely gonna need to add some bling to this though. A couple little sparkles I think are gonna be so perfect. All right, but let's get it put together first. I'm moving my stamps over. I don't know how much they're in the view. I always make such a mess. We'll put that aside to share. All right, let's glue some things down. I really am liking this. We're going to start just with the simple gluing, which is layering these pieces together. And so this is going to go on the front. And then on the inside, flip it. We're going to put this here. So this is going to flip up. So we want to make sure that we have the sentiment going the right way and not upside down when it gets flipped. So we got a little bit of room to write in there. Now I just kind of did as Sandy did, and she didn't make it a full card. It's just a card front. But if you wanted to, you could put this on a full card base and have an inside that you open up a little bit more. All right. The mechanics of this really are quite simple. So the idea here is that we have this little 1/2 inch piece is going to stick to the center of the flap. So when it's closed, it looks like this. I feel like I don't know how to explain it so that it makes a lot of sense. But if you follow along my steps, I promise I won't lead you astray. So we're going to start with this center piece right there, and we're going to put some tear and tape there. And we are going to put this down so that that adhesive is kind of falling right in the center of this part. Okay, so let's see here. We can line it up. Oh, there we go. That's easier. So we're just centering that like that. Okay. Did you see what we did there? So we've got it centered. That little tab right in the center there. Okay, now the next step is going to be to adhere this. This is I always get turned around here. This is going through the hole, boop, boop, boop. And then this piece is going to adhere to that designer paper. Okay, so let's start here. Our hole is towards the bottom, and we are coming through the hole with this. And this is going to glue there so that when it's closed, it looks like this. And when it's open, well, you'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, again, just follow along, and I promise it'll work. We're going to put a little strip of the tear and tape on the inside here, okay? So we've got tear and tape here, okay? And we feed it through the hole. Now, the idea is that this is going to be centered here. And I want to make sure to keep that centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tear and tape off. And without sticking it down yet, I'm going to center the green on top of the designer paper. And most of the designer paper is kind of covered from the front, but you'll see it when we open the card. Okay, so now I let go and I push down. So that glued down where it needed to be, which was right there, to have that be centered. I have a little gap here, but once you put it on here, I don't know, if it bothers you, you can add like a little a little scrap of green or something there, or the light green or something if the hole bothers you. It doesn't bother me. All right, so that is the mechanics of it. We are centering it and we put it so that it glues down right underneath the hole. So the only place that this strip is glued to the designer paper is that one little end right there. Now the rest of it is free to move. We're going to put the designer paper on the card now using Stampin' Dimensionals. That just kind of gives everything room to move and be free. We just need to make sure that we are not adding any Stampin' Dimensionals in this vicinity because we don't want to interrupt the mechanics of that pull tab. So I have just added, this is going to go like this, so we're good. I have added some around the 3 edges, and this is going to center. On the card front, like that. And this is where you pull. Boop. Now, so if you wanted to, you could do an angle on this. Let's see. We could do, that is not very straight, huh? Well, first, let's start by cutting it so that it's straight. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could cut like a little angle like that. Here's a little tip. You can take the piece that you just cut off and you can put it on the other corner as your guide to help you cut the same angle and the same amount. Ta-da! If you wanted to, you could punch a hole. You could add like a little string or something there. Sandy didn't on hers. It was just plain. Or you could write something like pull me or something like that to indicate that that's where they pull. I think instead I'm going to do a little I was trying to see if we had a punch that had a hole in it. The trio punch doesn't, right? No. Well, that would work. Is this one still current? The trio punch. You could add a hole in the bottom. Or it would be really cute if you did like a little tag topper. And then you could put a string there, like some white twine. Oh, that would be pretty. Like some, let's do that. Let's add a little blingy bling. Now this is what's left over from a gold and silver cord pack. And I just happen to have a lot of this silver. I think this one's still current. Anyway, I'm just going to add a little here. I know you guys got plenty of things, little twine, little ribbon. And then it's definitely clear that that is a tab. Maybe I'm going to do a bow instead. And now I can add some silver bling and tie in that silver again. This is such a fun little card to create, not only for Christmas, but also for birthdays or any occasion where you want to have a little something. Now, this is where you would attach the gift card, or you could just have like another little message there, another little image there. Look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Do you love it? I do. I'm so glad that I finally made this one. It's been sitting on my desk for a little while. I've been wanting to make Sandy's card, I think for 2 or 3 months now. All right, bling, bling, bling. What do we have? Let's do some, the good old standby rhinestone basic jewels with all the greens. This is totally looking like it could be a St. Patrick's Day card. It's not, but it looks like it could be. I'm just going to, oh, what happened? Where did it go? There it is. Hello? Oh, it didn't have its glue dot. Just sprinkle a few of the little rhinestones, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I love that you can see that designer paper a little bit more when you open that up. And I love that it coordinates. This designer paper, though, does have so many pieces that are so colorful. Let me show you that designer paper again. This is the Merry Bold and Bright designer paper. It is 12 by 12 and I've just cut it down to 6 by 6. This is actually what I pulled from my sample product share. So if you get the product share, you'll get to try a little bit of this fun bright designer paper and you'll get some of the foil paper that goes with it too. Got Granny Apple Green and it kind of looks like Melon Mambo. I'm not sure which color that's supposed to be. But you can see just fun, bold, bright patterns. So you could, if you wanted this not to be a monochromatic green card, you totally could do the colorful lights and really mix it up with some of the different patterns. I wanted to show you what this little treat box looks like because I haven't made it up in a little while and I kind of forgot about it, but it was this die set that I used to create the window for this little flip mechanism. And so I have cut one of these little treat boxes. Again, this is called the Cracker and Treat Box die set. I cut one so that I could show you and we could put it together. So let's do that next. And for this one, I actually had some pieces pre-cut from the last time I shared one of these projects, and it just happened to be the Granny Apple Green. So I've cut a little piece of the designer paper to go with it, and one of the stamps from the Merry and Bright stamp set says Santa was here. So we're going to use that one on this card, which is going to coordinate, or this project, which is going to coordinate but be a little fun and different. Now here's a little tip I have to tell you with the designer paper. When you cut this out of the cardstock, you get all these great score lines and the scallop border, but it can be hard to wrap the designer paper around it. So I die cut the designer paper with the die so that it would put, can you see those score lines? I wanted it to put the score lines on the designer paper so it would exactly match up and go perfectly onto the cardstock. So let's start by gluing that designer paper to the cardstock treat box, and then we'll fold it all up and create a cute little tag. I love this pattern of the designer paper. This one might be my favorite because it is so bright and colorful. And I have to ask you, on your Christmas tree and your Christmas decorating, do you use colored lights or do you use white lights? Now, personally, I love the classic white lights, and I usually never put up colored lights, but I know this is a really hot debate at Christmas time. You either are, you love the multicolored lights or you love the white lights. So leave a comment and let me know, when you decorate at Christmas time, which way do you go? And I know that it's only August 31st, and so I hope that no one is ready to put up their Christmas tree yet. Playing with all this Christmas product sure does have me thinking about Christmas and excited about gathering with family and friends and decorating, but I'm definitely not ready for that to happen quite yet. I have folding here on all the score lines. And when you create this little treat box, you can make it be a little bit bigger like this, or you can make it be even smaller and do a little little square treat. I think I'm going to do the 5, but my designer paper for some reason doesn't go all the way to the edge. That's a bit disappointing. So I'm just going to cut a little bit right there so that the designer paper will overlap and you won't notice that green border. I'll be using tear and tape again. We used that earlier. I'm going to use the tear and tape to glue this box together on the sides, and then we'll use some twine to hold the whole thing together on the sides. So I'm just going to add that tear and tape, and this is going to, oh, I don't think I can do it like my normal little trick. So I'm just going to kind of hold the pieces together and come together. Oh, I love that. Now I probably want to do some glue dots or some more adhesive here on the side. So I'm just going to get the glue dots out and I'll tuck those in. Oh, I love a tree that can do both. So I have a fake tree, and we have had it for 20 years. We got it 20 years ago when my oldest, my son Thomas, when he was just a baby, and we were traveling for Christmas and didn't want a real tree to dry out. And so we got ourselves a fake tree for the first time, and we have been using that tree for 20 years. And I love it. I really don't want to replace it because I feel like they just don't make fake Christmas trees like they used to. I think this one, even though it's fake, I think it looks really real. I mean, not real, but you know what I mean. It looks really good for a fake tree. And honestly, I have faked people out with it, especially when you turn on some fun, like fur candles or something like that. I think it can be a good a good faker. All right, I'm going to cut some pieces of a white baker's twine. Now this does come in the Essentials Baker Twine pack. I'm still working on some old rolls, and so that's why I have the bigger one, but it comes in a smaller roll in the classic Baker's Twine combo pack, which has some other neutral colors like vanilla, black, I think crumb cake, and gray. Kind of fun. So I'm using the twine to tie and close the ends of the box. Look at that. So easy. Now, obviously, before you completely close your box, you'll want to put your little treat inside. And I know you guys are going to ask, what can you fit inside this cute little cracker treat box? And I would say it could probably fit like a chapstick. It's definitely wide enough for a chopstick. I think long enough as well. I always go for candy. That's the kind of things that I usually put in there. You could put some candy in there. If you wanted to, you could put like some money in there. I know Christmas crackers are a tradition over in Europe, and so they always have some fun little trinket toy kind of things. And so if you had access to something like that, you could put those cute little trinket toys inside. Isn't there always like a joke or something like that too in a paper crown? Do you guys have a tradition of opening Christmas crackers at the holidays? Leave a comment, let me know. I can't say that I am totally familiar with the tradition, although we have started doing Christmas crackers in the last few years at my parents' house at Christmas time. It's always so much fun. All right, so I'm just going to trim our little twine. I think that that's the easiest way to close up the Christmas cracker. I suppose you could do adhesive if you wanted to, but I think the twine is probably the easiest. So we have, for our tag on the front, I'm using the double oval punch. Love this one. It is such a great one for sentiments, not only because it has a great size, but also because it has the layering piece and then the other piece. So I'm using Poppy Parade for the scallop part, and then just the white cardstock for the solid oval. So Santa was here. Oh, it fits just perfectly onto our scallop oval, and it is just the perfect little sentiment that will still allow the designer paper to kind of be the star of the show. So I'm going to just glue these together, and I was debating whether or not to make just put the tag on as it is. But I kind of think it would be fun to add like another ribbon. Although now that I've got it on here, it just feels like a lot of white on white on white. Let me see. I got this one, but this is not Poppy Parade. This is Real Red. And there's this one, which is an online exclusive. I haven't even opened it up. It is red with gold polka dots. And this is also Real Red, so not quite the same red. We could do that trick where we use the markers, the Stampin' blends to color our ribbon. But I think I'm just going to attach this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals because we already have the twine on the sides. I don't know that we necessarily need to have more. I don't know that we need more. So I'm just going to glue that on with a Stampin' Dimensional. Now, if you wanted to, you could do another light image from the set. You could stamp it and you could kind of layer it on there. But I really think there's not a lot of room, and it would probably just cover up a lot of the designer paper. So I'm just going to do a couple dimensionals. This would be such a cute little favor box for your Christmas dinner table. Oh, I love that. But you could mix and match and do any designer paper, and you could create these little favor boxes for any occasion, like a birthday party, a bridal shower, a baby shower. You can make up little cracker boxes for Halloween or Valentine's Day. A fun way to get a lot of different kinds of paper without having to buy the full packs yourself is with the product share. So if you are interested in trying all the paper in the new September through December mini catalog, you'll get a sample of this fun bright paper and all the other designer paper from the mini catalog. So 6x6 pieces of all that designer paper, including all the specialty paper, and a yard each of all the ribbons so you can decorate your projects and just kind of get a nice little taste of everything. So let's move on and make a third project. I told you I was inspired by a swap from my annual catalog swap box, this one here from Sandy Carlson. And so that's what we started. We've made this little gift card pull tab. And for the last card, I wanted to copy a card I received from Bonnie O'Neill. And she used the Countryside Inn designer paper to make this card. And so I thought it'd be fun to mix and match some patterns from our Merry, Bold, and Bright designer paper to create our own card. Using some patterns and using this fun little color blocking technique. So I kind of love this bright green with a little splash of some red, and then I don't know, maybe some lights. What do you think about those three patterns? I think that could be tons of fun, although I just really do love all of these. I think they're so fun. My sister loves rainbows. So do my girls. And so I know I'm going to be able to make some fun birthday cards with that rainbow paper. But I think these are good colors and a good combination. So let's do some measuring. This is something I didn't have a chance to do before I came on live. So I apologize that I don't have it ready. But you can watch me cut the pieces and then we'll put together our card and create it together. So let's start with the long designer paper. This designer paper is going to be 1 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So I'm going to write them down. 1 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And I think for our card, let's make that be the red trees on the green background. I like that. So then on the bottom, I'm kind of digging this fa la 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 pattern. So that piece is going to be, oh gosh, it's covered up by the ribbon. Let me see if I can open it up and we can take a better measurement. Just moving that ribbon out of the way. So that's going to be 3 inches by 1 7/8. Ooh, okay. 1 7/8 by 3 inches. And then, oops, that's going to be on the red one. And then our lights is going to be, I'm guessing, 1 7/8 inch by, yes, 1 7/8 inch. That's going to be a square. Our white cardstock, I'm going to just take a guess, but 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I was thinking we could do some Poppy Parade for the card base. Let me see if I've got one. As a matter of fact, I do have a Poppy Parade card base. And we'll get out some white. Ooh, I think this one is already cut. Perfect. And let's cut our designer paper pieces. So we're starting with the green and red trees. This is going to be 1 3/4 inch by 5 inches. And our fa la 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 designer paper is going to be 1 7/8 inch by 3. And lastly, our lights are going to be 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So we've got our 3 pieces, we have our background, and our Poppy Parade card base. Let's go ahead and glue things down, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for our little focal point. I couldn't think of words. I'm just going to use some regular adhesive to layer these squares down. And again, I'll have these measurements for you in the video description when I'm all done. I'm going to use my regular Stampin' Seal adhesive, and I'm going to glue these down with a little border around the edges. Oh, this is another fun layout I think would be so great with any designer paper and for any occasion. Here again is Bonnie's sample. She's using the Countryside Inn designer paper and the Circle Sayings stamp set. So you can use whatever paper you have at home to create a card just like this with the designer paper of your choice, whatever you got. I know that you guys have designer paper. All right, our cards are going to look so cute when they're all together. We need a focal point here, and I'm thinking that it would be good to use the big circle punch. I just love this one. And actually, I went to grab the large circle punch, the 2 3/8 inch, and instead I grabbed the decorative circle punch, which the 2-inch punch fits perfectly on. So let's see, maybe we'll do something just a little different. I'm going through my scraps to see if I can find a Poppy Parade piece. I keep my scraps, I have a big box of them, on the floor. And so I have them sorted by color. And so when I'm looking for a piece, I just go right under my desk and I just rummage through to find the scrap that I need. Next up, I'm going to grab from white scraps. Let's see, Nancy says, if you're using a white circle, okay, I love that idea, Nancy, of like being smart with your paper. But if I punched a white circle from the white cardstock, you would be able to see the hole with the designer paper, since we have like I guess you'd cover it up with the circle. So that could work if you strategically punched in the right place. Oh, you know what I thought of? Ooh, maybe I like this instead. We could use this piece and do a sentiment from the Joy to You, like the sending good tidings in this season of cheer. I don't know if that covers up too much. I'm going to get a circle punch out. You guys tell me what you think. Should we do a larger focal point, sending good tidings, or should we do a circle? So I'm going to say, leave a comment and say tidings or circle. You tell me what you think. I'm going to punch a circle and see what this would look like all together. Strategery. Oh my gosh. I love it. Okay, I think if I did this one with the circle, I think I would be inclined to then die cut one of the light or 2 of the light or 3 of the light images and like die cut them and maybe have like a string of lights. Although I do worry again about the lights just being so big and not fitting in the bit here. Okay, I'm looking at your comments and you guys are pretty split. I'm seeing Sherry and Eva say circle. Catherine says circle. Maria says tidings. Sherry says, okay, I'm seeing more circles than tidings. Although I really did think that would work out well, mostly just because it was going to be easy, but okay, we're not going to do easy. We will, you know what? I think this is what I was thinking of. It kind of reminded me of this card that I made with the embossing folder. And I think that's why I like picked that up, because I was like, oh, it reminded me of this card I made. All right, let's do something different. Let's do the circle. And I kind of wish we had some lights that were a different size, because these feel really really small. I was trying to see what other sentiments I had for Christmas, and let's see, those are not the right size. What else do I have? Oh, you know what I have? I'm still here. I'll be right there. Okay, I was trying to see this stamp set, Celebrate with Tags. I thought I had another one that had Christmas greetings in it, but I wasn't seeing it right away. Okay, I was trying to find something and I just couldn't. All right, but this does have a Merry Christmas. That would fit, maybe. This light is just too big for this circle. Maybe we need a larger circle. Let's get out that 2 3/8 inch circle punch. It is so much bigger. And then if we wanted to, we could add another die cut circle behind that because I do really love the red. I think that having some kind of red layer behind it would be good. But this is going to be big enough that we could add a light or two, and then we could stamp a sentiment and like the to you and yours, and we could cut it out. So let's try that. I'm going to get out our pad again, and I love this little string. So I'm going to do another little string across the circle. I'm going to do, oh, that's kind of busy, isn't it? And I think we need a red light. Let's clean the green. Boop. Oh, that's like chalkboard, isn't it? Let's get out our Poppy Parade. Is it weird to only have one light on it? This one seems weird to me to only have one light. But let's not judge too quickly. Let's stamp our sentiment, and sometimes that will help to balance things out. So let's try adding to you and yours. And that's not gonna fit. I'm thinking the dark green again, just because I like dark colors for sentiments, don't you? I think it just makes them easier to read, and it's always a default for me. Just stamping that on a scrap, and oh, gotta close this ink pad. You can't see it, but I know I'm gonna dip my hand in it. All right, I'm gonna cut. Okay, scoot out of the way. Just trim. There is a card, oh gosh, I can't show it to you. There is a card in the catalog that is so fun, and it, oh, this is fun. I love that. The card in the catalog that has a tree made out of all these words. So it starts with like, a merry, have a merry, and oh gosh, I gotta look now and see the order of the stamps. I'm going to show you the stamps, and then I can't show you the sample, but I can tell you the order. And if you have your catalog, it's on page 8 and 9. Okay, so the sample says, merry and bright Christmas to you and yours. And it's so cute. What? Oh, that's cute. There is a die. Sorry, I can't show you. There's a die that has a little detailed like filament, and this one is a heart. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Maybe we should do a little die cut with a little filament. These dies are really cool. So they do have dies that cut out the lights, but then also like a string of lights and a really, really thin string that you can use. And I actually did use it on this one. Really, really thin that you can string the lights on. But I kind of love this little filament, and I think that would be fun to do. We could also stamp the little filament as well. Maybe we'll do that. Let's stamp the filament. That has two different sizes here for the larger one and the smaller one. And so I think it'd be fun to stamp that in, I think just a darker red, like real red. Or, you know what I'm going to do? I feel like my real red needs to be reinked. I'm going to use a little cherry cobbler. That's a fun detail, isn't it? Okay, to you and yours. What do you guys think? Can you still tell it's a light? Do you want the sentiment to be in a different color? I need to find a layer for our red because I definitely want to add a layer underneath that circle. So you guys leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the sentiment. Is it too much green? Yeah, Melissa's saying use another color from the DSP. I kind of like to stick with the traditional colors. I think that's what I'm always drawn to. But what would you use then, Melissa? Would you use blue? Would you bring in some blue or some pink? The lighter green is Parakeet Party. Okay, a lot of you are saying that you like it. How about a light in the background and then use the words cut out over the top? What about Santa, the Santa stamp? Oh, saying that for the light, sorry. Is it too much red? Should I use a different color from the, you know what color would be fun is that blue. Is that Pool Party? We could try another color light. I'm not opposed to it. Although I think when we get the red circle behind it, it's like traditional Christmas colors. Let me see what kind of dies I have for a larger circle. I'm so glad these were still current. I wasn't sure. These are the layering circle dies. And they have solid, I think these are still current. I don't think I would have them out if they weren't. They have scallop and solid circles. And it's like getting a whole bunch of punches in one big thing. I don't know how many dies are in here. My package is pretty old. It's a bunch. I just love it. Okay, I'm grabbing out my cardstock. And there is definitely not enough room on my table for the die cutting machine, so I'm just going to do this on the floor really quick. Oh, here are the gems. Iridescent adhesive back discs that go with this suite. So great. There's our circle. There goes my scrap of cardstock. Okay. Oh, that really just like anchors it so much, doesn't it? To you and yours. I don't know. There is something that's driving me crazy. Maybe it is the big... Maybe it's the big string. I can't tell. I'm gonna try stamping the light without. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. Let's try stamping the light without the string. Oh, girl. And maybe we'll like that. Maybe we'll just do like a little string, not such a big string. Simple. Simple is better. I think I'm also going to leave off the filament. Now it's not overpowering. I feel like this loop was overpowering, don't you think? To you and yours. Yes. Yes, I like that. Although the scallops are bothering me. Is this how you guys craft? Do you just constantly second guess yourself? Redo it, try a different size, cut another one, try a different color. This is a constant for me. I'm gonna give you guys, no, that's one we just did. I'm gonna give you, you can vote and see. I'm gonna cut 2 more and then you tell me which one you like. So let me grab some paper. Those back in here. All right, scoot over. This is a bigger scallop circle, and I think it either needs to be a bigger scallop circle or it needs to be a solid circle. I'm kind of leaning towards the solid circle. I think the little scallop is just too small. So this or that, solid or scalloped. Ooh, and the decal circles, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Oh my gosh, there are so many dies in this deckled circle, guys. It's crazy. Wow, look at how big they are. The deckled circle dies are brand new, and there are 14 different circles in this set. And actually, I think for this one, I like the cleaner line because of the bright, bold colors. But this is a great option, and definitely if you love circles, you're going to love these giant circles. This largest circle, I think we measured it. Is it on here? The largest circle... It's like 6.5 by 6.5 or something. Let's just do a quick measure. Nope, not quite 6.5, but it is 5 3/4 inches. What? That's bigger than a regular card. So great for scrapbooking. Yes, thank you, Tony. 5 3/4 inches. Okay, so Beverly says solid or deckled. Home Girl likes scallops, and Sharon does too. Tony says the deckled circles would be cool. Melissa and Phyllis like the scalloped. Catherine says solid. Anne says decal. Sharon, you just wait for me to do all the work, right? And absolutely, Eva, my desk definitely looks like a tornado has gone through and done some damage. All right, I'm going to have the green be over here so that it is got some space from the sentiment, and I can kind of just space that out a little bit and then have these sort of be to you and yours. Okay. Other way. Solid or deckled. Susan says either way. Don't overthink it. That's my specialty. I kind of lean towards the solid, I'm going to be honest. So I love that advice. Don't overthink it. So I'm just going to go with the solid. But again, when you make your card, you can use whatever size, whatever color, whatever, whatever shape, the deckled or the scalloped. It's totally up to you. Let's get this glued down and maybe add some bling. I don't know. There's so many different patterns here that I am kind of leaning towards no bling on this one because I just feel like that is just going to be too distracting with all the designer paper. But you guys tell me, would you put bling on this card or would you leave it? And I know you're probably saying bling on every card, right? there is never, bling is never a bad option. Sometimes I just, I just go with a more simple design. Let's see. Jennifer says, no bling to you and yours. Oh, I love this. Bring in some lemon lolly. I don't think that color is in the designer paper. I think this is crushed curry in here. You're right. Mom would never, would say never enough bling. That is so true. Oh, I love that idea, Beverly. Wink of Stella and the light bulb. I often forget about my wink of Stella. I don't know why. And so it gets kind of dried up in between. And then when I do use it, I think it's hard to see on camera. I'm going to try to just kind of get it going again here. Maybe I'll have to add another wink of Stella to my order tonight when I'm stocking up on all the things, adhesive refills. Got to use my bonus day coupons. If you are joining late, this is almost empty. If you're joining late at the beginning, I reminded everybody not to forget to use their bonus day coupons. They end tonight in just a couple hours. I think I need a new wink of Stella. And I know you can open these up and you can put like some alcohol in there to revive. Because look, you can kind of see like all the junk in there. There just isn't anything liquid that is helping to get it out. So a little bit of alcohol, I think you can put in there to kind of loosen up some of the rest of the glitter. But for now, I'm gonna have to leave it off, unfortunately. All right, let's glue these on. I think a little bit of dimensionals. We're gonna be good here. We're gonna use the side. I'm always so bad about using my sides. Please tell me you don't throw them away, right? You use your little sides too. As some of you know, I have a whole bag of sides that I don't use. Oh, good. I'm so glad you got your bonus day coupon order in. I almost forgot. I got a text from a team member, Allie, who was asking for some help with her bonus day coupons. And if it weren't for Allie, I would have totally forgotten and I would have lost out on my coupons. So that's totally sad. Even if you place an order just for your coupons and don't get anything else, you got to use your coupons. You got to take advantage of that free money. All right. So our 3 projects tonight, we used the Merry Bold and Bright designer paper and the Merry and Bright stamp set and a little bit of the Joy to Use stamp set as well to create 3 projects that were inspired by 2 swaps that I received from Sandy Carlson and from Bonnie O'Neill. So thank you both for the inspiration. I hope that I inspired you to use whatever you have at home, whether it's some brand new stuff from the mini catalog that's coming out, or if you have stuff that you've had for years and years and years. I hope that you'll give these fun projects a try at home. Leave a comment and let me know which one is your favorite. I cannot wait to play some more with this stamp set, the Merry and Bright, and I'm so glad that we got to make a few Christmas cards today. One last reminder, if you are interested in getting a little sample of the Merry Bold and Bright designer paper and all of the papers from the mini catalog, make sure that you reserve your product share. Go to tinyurl.com/SD2023 product share, and you can sample all of the new designer paper and a yard each of the ribbon. So you'll be able to create projects. If you just want to kind of dabble and try a little bit of the paper without committing to a whole pack, this is such a great way to do that. I want to bring in that one too, just so pretty. I had so much fun stamping with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I really love it when you guys help me out, and you totally did tonight, giving me some advice on which colors to choose and which patterns to use, and it's always fun when we stamp together. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my stamping community. If you enjoyed tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future card making videos such as Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We have a very fun episode for you planned, all scheduled and ready to go this coming Sunday at noon Central Time. We'll be sharing projects using the All About Autumn suite, another brand new suite from the September through December mini catalog. It is gorgeous, and we have so many project ideas to inspire you. So tune in for that. And then next week, what is next week? Nope, we don't have a swap video yet. That's not until the 12th. I guess, yeah, next week we'll have our launch on September 6th for the mini catalog, and a Thursday night stamp therapy on the 7th to share even more projects using all the brand new stuff from the catalog. Thanks again for tuning in.